Welcome everybody to another little bonus stream. Today is gonna be very experimental, because I'm not 100% certain if what I have planned can be accomplished, but we'll start off by just showing off all of the stuff that I've gotten up to. So, I have garnered quite a bit of things and such. I have a storage drawer up here for basic stones, which includes andesite, which is a big part of Create. I've got a chest full of food, I've got a chest full of seeds, I've got automated hemp production. This is kind of a thing I don't like about modded Minecraft, is when there's just one block that does all the things. But yeah. Also, Silver Wolf, thank you for that prime. Don't expect me to be calling out all manner of, don't expect me to be calling out, like, stream announcements much on this stream, just because I might end up editing this into stuff. I've also tried to do a bunch of sorting, so that things are relatively reliably found and what's not. I've also done a ton of mining, cause my armor is now significantly improved and such. So we have Gol, we have Kumal, we have Kailt, and we have my diamond boots, which are as yet unnamed. But two of these are indestructible, which means that they do not take any durability damage whatsoever, and the other two currently just have mending on them. Do you have a request when you're not doing things? I believe I have that message, yes. We've got Insight Free, which increases our XP gains. We've got Block Reach, which means I can actually interact with that chest from about here. It prefers if I don't do that, but nonetheless. Oh, and I've just noticed that stream is doing the weird flickery cursory thing, which is a result of me having game capture turned off on XSplit because I have to, or else I can't boot anything during my building blocks streams. Which is kind of an important thing. But yeah. So apologies, you'll have to put up with that because I am not rebooting XSplit. That will take me an age. But yeah, on the curios side, we've gathered a fair few. Now, we had the obsidian skull for a while. We've had the ring of overclocking a fair bit as well. Then we have the digging claws, which is also a fairly old one. One of the new ones is the golden hook, which increases XP, so in combination with Insight Free is a fair bit of XP. And we also have the cobalt shield, which is immediate knockback when held or equipped, and the lucky scarf, which is kind of Feilang's color. But it's actually almost ludicrously powerful, because whilst it doesn't apply to mobs, it does apply to any form of mining. Just +1 fortune on any mining. So that includes things like diamonds, to crops, to gravel, just like all manner, all of it. And of course we have the indestructible umbrella that works as a shield and a glider. So, yeah. I've upgraded my dank, so it is now a dank free. Took me a while to get the gold for that, but that was helped significantly by this Oisin with Excavate 5, which is basically Vein Miner for everything. I need to not use this if I can, because it actually is a little stupidly powerful. If I use that on stone, it will actually vein mine stone. It does have a limit. It's not much of a limit, but it does have one. Oh boy. And that makes it really a doddle to grab all manner of resources, including coal and whatnot, by just wandering around, having the lucky scarf going, and just grab a whole ton of stuff. I also have my diamond axe of teleportation, which I'm going to be using sparingly because I realized that before it decides to teleport you, it actually will try to strip the wood blocks that you're pointing at. So I have had to repair my front door quite recently because of that. We have a bow that I got just off of a special boss mob. So we have Cretan's Energetic Recurve with True Shot 2, which means that my arrows are not affected by gravity. I don't know how much that applies for their accuracy, which is hard-coded into basic Minecraft to be terrible, but there's that, plus power 5, so hey, there's that. I have a ranged weapon, goody. I also have Kukulane, which is Frost Aspect 1, Sharpness 4, Life Leech 2, and a few improvements. So, it is currently 9.5 9.997 attack damage, and 1.45 attack speed, which makes it faster than an axe, which is pretty sweet. But anyways, over here we have more or less what helped me get all of this set up. We have a Disenchanter from Cyclic, powered by a humble coal generator from Silence. And this basically means, as long as I have books, I can take the enchanted gear that I just keep getting. We get a lot of enchanted gear on this spot pack. Chuck it in here, and I get basically every enchantment it has out of it, including ones that we're fairly certain you're not supposed to be able to get, like Indestructible. There are books for Indestructible, but I think they're auto-generated, because there's no description to them. So, I don't think you're actually supposed to be able to get Indestructible on a book, but I did, and I applied it to gold. So, yeah, that's just the way this is gonna be, I guess. So, what are we up to today? Well, the stream is called Tidying Up, and that starts with having room to tidy. So we need to level up our create kind of setup over here so that we can actually get things into a wider space that's a bit more tidy and such. So, first part of that is I'm going to need to send this up, which thankfully I can do from a ludicrous range. I can actually still reach that andesite block over there from here, which is pretty sweet. I can put a torch over there if I wanted. Yeah. I can break it too. Doesn't affect my attack range, unfortunately, but at that point, who's asking? Over time, my armor will be indestructible. Indeed. Exactly. Okay, the reason I'm sending that up is so that we have access to the middle here. It might be better if I just sent that a floor down, come to think of it, because then I don't take falling damage, but it would be a pain to land down there with not having a way back up. As long as I'm careful, we shouldn't have any issues there. Okay. The reason I'm doing that is because this whole thing is built around the lift, so we need the lifts, we need the lift shaft in order to actually make this work properly. And I don't think I can reach my thing over here. Hang on. Let's just grab ourselves a couple. Okay, so we are clearing out some space here, and the easiest way that I could think to do that is one of two methods. We can either dig that entirely by hand, which certainly with a vein mining pickaxe is going to be a nightmare, but fast. Or we can do it the much more entertaining way of actually using create. So we're going to be doing that for the most part today. Oh, hey Val, how you doing? So just going to fill this in. The lift shouldn't have a problem with it until it has to go up, so... Okay. So, we're going to need a bearing, and at least... I'm gonna say at least 2, ideally more like 4 or 3. 3 seems like a decent number. Drills. And then something to actually power them all. We're also going to need glue, but thankfully I haven't found any slime yet. Well, I haven't found any slime chunks and any slimes in them, but I have found slime balls as loot, and that enabled me to make super glue, which is very important if you're doing stuff with Create the way that I am. So, let's see. First up, we need a bearing. And that should be a windmill bearing, clockwork bearing, mechanical. That's 2 andesite, a turntable, which is just a shaft with a slab on the top. Okay. Should have some wooden slabs, surely. Or maybe not. Apparently not. I should have some wood is the next question. Somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Well, I had some slabs. Just grab those. Hopefully those work. My shafts. There they are. Worst comes to worst, I guess I'll just hand crank this, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, I need andesite casing. And I'm going to need some... Where are you? Where's my dank? There's my dank. Nope, that's zinc. Okay. Well, iron nuggets. Aplenty. And a side alloy. Okay. So, let's see. There's one there, that there, there, and a turntable there. Okay. Mechanical bearing. Now, if we have this, and we power it, it will rotate anything that is on top of it, and we can actually control a little bit exactly how it does that. So let's see, movement mode, always place only place when, whoop, anchor destroyed, only place when near initial anchor? Yeah, the angle, that's fine. Okay. So we are gonna need a drill next as well. Where's the drill? Where's the drill? I can never quite find the thing you're looking for here, can you? There. That is iron for andesite and that. Okay, that's fairly cheap. That's fairly cheap. Okay. So let's just grab some iron from our dink. I've been using the dank basically as our material storage, so that should be fine. What's on the agenda today? We are clearing house. A little bit. Okay. So there is an drill. And I believe that this will move if it is... that this will function when it's rotating if it is powered. I believe. Let's take this upstairs a little bit and find out. And how the hecky do I get over here? Nope, there's a cooldown. I can't quite do that, but I can glide over to here, so I guess that's sufficient. There we go. Just so that I don't heck anything up too dreadfully. Here should slice. Okay. And let's stick an andesite casing here, I guess. Why not? Grab some glue. Doesn't much matter what it is, as long as it's in contact with that. Except that I do need a crank so that I can actually turn it up here. My dank. There we go. So let's see, that, and that. Okay, that'll be our test case. Okay, and just glue a drill. Not quite like that. Not quite there. There we go. Perfect. That's exactly what that needs to be. Right. I'm just gonna magic my way back. Thank you very much. Okay, cause I need to get that. Okay. I'm gonna burn through the durability on this thing way faster than I'm anticipating, aren't I? Okay. So let's just place against this some blocks. And if I'm correct, this should be able to mine them and then rotate. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. So that means if we build this on a slightly larger scale downstairs, we will in fact get ourselves a essentially circular bore. I remember to put that on before I dive down an elevator shaft. Okay. We need more andesite. Alloy. open that as well. To finish up our drills. I say we'll aim for at least the at least 3 tall, because that's decent. That's a decent altitude. I'll take that. And then we need to probably move a few things, because I'm fairly certain it's going to destroy a fair few things as it's rotating. Real reason the UI is shaky is because it's scared of the Fae. Okay, andesite casing. How's that again? Log, planks, and andesite. Okay. I think Dave fixed it so that we can actually use witch hazel, but I mostly have spruce on hand right now, so we'll just use that. Okay, 3 drills. Good. Yep. You think it's dark and that's all you know? Good morning, Aspa. How are you? Okay, so the middle of our thing is there. Now more or less, whichever direction I build this first is going to determine how far out this mines. And I'm gonna have, like, the one direction where I have to have no obstruction of it is the part where it starts. So I think over here makes the most sense. License should not be too problematic here. Good. Maybe more if I started taking further that way. But okay, let's see, how far out is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll say that we want it to be about the 4th block out from there. Yeah. So about here, I think. Hoist by my own Picard. Now we could add, like, a chest to the back of one of these and actually have it store whatever it picks up, but it's a minimal concern for us. Guess we might as well, though. Okay, where's my bearing gone? There's my bearing. Okay, so up to there. We can have whatever block we like on top of this, as long as it's glued together. And as you can see, there is durability on this glue. Okay. Now, as long as it's moving, it doesn't actually care in the slightest bit about collision. So we shouldn't have to worry about it hitting into walls and whatnot, as long as it doesn't, ideally, hit anything we actually care about. I don't think I care about the storage in this, so... It's literally just coal. I can get coal. Coal is not a difficult thing for me to achieve. I kind of feel like I should take it one step further out. Particularly because like around here, it's gonna get a bit more wiggly. I'm also not 100% certain if it'll tolerate the amount of strain I'm about to put it under. Well, it started. Yep. Okay, well, let's send it. Whoa! Okay, I also forgot to mention that you should be set to only place near initial. Yeah, it's definitely drawing a circle. Good starts, good starts. It very nearly took out my blast furnace. Can you enchant the glue of unbreaking? I don't think so, but an indestructible thing of glue would be entertaining, to say the least. Okay, do not use hoisin for that. Just gonna take this down for the moment, because I have a feeling I'm about to destroy a lot of it. That there, and that. Anything else? That. This is where the next thing it does is just drill through that, I guess. Okay. That should now be fine. Our star's just going as fast as it is, actually. Yep. Got at least one of the chests. One of the barrels, at least. Okay. Well, 'tis fine. I kinda knew it would do that anyways. Another? I could have sworn this was full. Or am I just overlooking it? Ah, I am. Okay. So it seemed to work, except for the fact that it, being only one block deep, I did take out a little bit of the tree, but that's fine, we can put that back. Except that it did not manage to, it didn't manage to actually, like, make a full kind of, like, passable curtain, or corridor, whatever you want to call it, really. To fix that, more drills. You can run this through another couple of runs as well, just to make sure we've actually cleared the area. Did I not tell you? I could have sworn I told you to not do that. Because now you've broken me lift. Alright, we'll just send this spinning in a little bit more then. Doesn't seem to have any further issues over there. Although I note that I think one of my... Okay. Ow. Wait, why am I dying? How am I starving? Oh, right, because that eats... Right. I haven't actually had to worry about food for a little bit. Because, as it turns out, you see Life Leech 2 down here. As near as I can tell, that also restocks your food supply. I'm quite certain that there used to be 2 of these. Where have they gone? I don't remember exactly what was in the other one, but I'm pretty sure there were 2 of these. Okay, well, I guess I better start eating stuff. You hush. Okay, well, apparently I lost a storage crate at some point. I probably should just glue a chest to the back of this just to give it something to go with. I have plenty of chests, that's for sure. There. Okay, 99 uses. Oh dear. Okay, so now whenever it breaks anything, it'll store it in there, just in case it breaks something we actually like. That kind of thing. Nope. So we need another drill, at least one, to go on the outside here, so that it will actually make a slightly different shape that is more useful to us. We could also probably do with actually rotating this to be more around the angle that we want it to be. Alright, it thinks around here is the initial angle now. Annoyingly. Because that's the last place it stopped. Okay, fine, fine. There. Alright. Gonna need some more andesite alloy. Something we actually like. Okay, stone phobia. No. There's a perfectly good place for stone. Just happens to not be where it currently is. How did it do coming around here? Pretty well, it would seem. Almost took out the stone cutter. Okay, gonna need at least a couple of that. And... anything else? Just andesite, I think. Ooh, actually, if I shift, it actually gives me the inventory contents. That's nice. There we go. More glue. No, not that one. Lordy, not that one. Okay. I'll make it walkable at our eye level. Okay. And of course we can't open these because I probably should have put them on the side. Okay, yeah, that's my fault. My bad, as the kids say. But I think we can actually get away with picking this up and putting it up there. Except that's not going to be connected upwards, is it? Okay. I do not want to glue the floor, thank you very much. At least now if it breaks something, we know where it'll end up. Okay, so it's actually clearing out quite a nice little canyon here. Now what I'd like to do is make this just run itself so that I don't have to worry too much about it. And I can actually keep a better eye on it. I can do that by using exactly what we did to power basically everything else so far. Which is the encased fan. So that's there, pick this up. Grab a fan. And if we just apply a redstone signal to that, it should automatically start going. Quick as you like. Grand. And that moves at a much more sedate angle than I previously was. And completely free of my hunger. No less. Okay. So, I really do think it needs to go actually, like, around and stop there. A point of note, this does have, that whilst this is no clipping through the terrain, it does still have collision. So if I stand in the way here, You sort of like jump upwards. It will back me. Like so. Okay, can you stop over there, please? Out there. Okay. Now I should actually be able to pick these up. If it was stopped. Okay. It's starting to be a little bit frustrating today, it would seem. And now, there. There. Okay. I think another drill on the side, and we should start to actually see something a bit more passable than we already have. But if we just sort of like do this kind of structure, then we have a very easy way of just digging out a nice circular space, or at least marking where the boundaries of it are. Okay, so we got that. I don't have any more alloy on me. Nor do I really have more nuggets. There we go. Relatively cheap on the grand scheme of things. Okay, glue you there. Set you off. And now that you know your actual original angle should be over there, we shouldn't have any issues. It sounded like it did break a block there. Yep, it picked up some glimmer wood. That's fine. We kinda saw that one coming. Okay, so let's grab this one or that one. Or both. Both. Both is good. And I do this over here. Now the ideal, theoretically, would be to also have it like move in and out so that it actually is able to get the whole area, but if it did that, obviously it would destroy everything we already have here, so we're gonna not do that. And I think it needs one more drill, just so that it can actually get a nice clean path, although yeah, it's doing pretty okay as is. Yeah. Okay, so who wants to hear a story about how I was nearly taken by the Fae? Because I realized I mentioned having that story and then not actually telling it. I take it people are interested in that story then? Hmm? You want to hear that? Okay, so as a kid, my family and I would always spend a lot of, maybe not always, but a lot of, small pieces there, a lot of our summers driving around in a Triumph Stag from like 1970, I think, in like France. Don't ask me which parts of France. I think we got through most of it over time. And this must have been sometime around... I'm gonna say no later than 2005, but I genuinely do not remember exactly what year it was, or where it was, or that kind of thing. It was nice kind of like... I guess to that extent it's a nice kind of, liminal space that you're not entirely sure actually existed. Which is true of most things involved in the thing. But it was a campsite, like, caravan, probably, statistically speaking. So you just, like, drove up with your car, and you did, like, that's interesting. You drove up with your car, and you hooked up your caravan, got your portaloo and whatnot set up, and all this sort of stuff. And the kids, as they frequently were, in those kind of areas, were pretty much just left to their own entire devices. So we were able to just get away and do whatever the heck we felt like, pretty much, and nobody would stop us. Which frequently meant venturing way, 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 way beyond the bounds of what seemed to be normal civilization, just to do whatever. A lot of the adults in these particular scenarios are frequently quite tired and or drunk, so can hardly blame them too much. Not that one again. Yeah. And on this particular occasion, we ventured out. We found like 3 or 4 French kids, my brother and I, just sort of chilling in what I can only describe, or at least I can only recall being, a kind of concrete bunker in the middle of the woods, way beyond the boundaries of this particular caravan park. And we didn't really, like, we still don't really speak English. Well, they didn't really speak English, we don't really speak French, but they were just sort of, we hung out. It was fairly amicable, as far as I can recall at least. But we got to this concrete structure in the middle of the forest, surrounded by greenery, completely overtaken pretty much, except for the interior, which was mostly just like the odd dead leaf and then like some dust here and there. And a video game cabinet, which played some kind of fighting game. I'm not 100%. I don't think it was Street Fighter, but I genuinely don't remember. That was on, in good condition, and had power. So naturally, being kids, we went into this mysterious concrete structure and played on the video game cabinet. Like it was an arcade, essentially. A one game arcade. And you had to give, like, money for it, and, like, it worked. It's like, clearly this was an active structure, but there was no reason anyone should have been remotely near it at any stage. But it was there. And after a while, my brother and I get kind of bored, and we just head back to the caravan site and, like, have dinner or whatever. I don't remember at that stage. And then it occurred to me, we never saw those kids again. Like, it only occurred to me, decades later, quite recently in fact, that we never actually saw those kids again. At all. They were just sort of like, they only existed for that specific encounter. Like, they were video game NPCs to some degree. There was some more. Yes. Let's rebuild the tree a little bit here. And then and then thinking back on it more recently, I realized this is the exact scenario where children are taken to, like, the Fae, isn't it? This is the exact situation where kids go mysteriously missing as they are taken in by the Fae. So, yeah, I guess that's what happened. My brother and I very nearly got taken by the Fae in France one summer. Rip to those kids, I guess. Someone remember to clip this. Yeah, enjoy that story. It's just like, it's one of those things where you're like, something happens in like high school or whatever, and you don't think about it at all for like 20 years. And then you're just like sitting at your desk one afternoon and you're just like, oh yeah, they were going to murder me. Or, oh, so that was a prostitute. That kind of, like, you just randomly think of these stories. It's like it's been put at the most lowest level of processing in your brain's CPU the whole time, and it's just finally finished. Okay, so I just added that top one to round out this top area a little bit. Hey, Buckets. Oh yeah, I may have been tailed by a prostitute in Canada. That's a different story, though. Couldn't tell you for certain, though. Lying, stealing your stream slot? I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going to stream. I'm not 100% if I knew you would stream at all, come to think of it. Could you not glue? I know why it does that, and it's very handy when you actually are actively using it, but not quite so much when you just play some blocks. Can you use chat? Oh yeah. Don't forget to put in Discord. I don't honestly check the stream embed one channel very much, I have to confess, but still. Okay, what have we picked up on that run? Nothing that I care about. Good. The umbrella? Yeah. Water's wet. What can I say? No, I'm not still carrying the food. Okay. Can I plunk this on the side of that? Yes, I can. Because my inventory is a little bit on the full side here. Okay, I'm also going to put ice in here. Just so I don't cause a mischief. The way it seems to be wrenching my arm off to fly free. Yeah, it's 100% Mary Poppinsing. But okay, so thanks to our drill, we have a pretty passable kind of like area that's just sort of dug out for us. Very nice. Do we think that's enough space, or should we increase that by? Should we increase its size by another block? I think we increase its size, but first I want to actually make another drill. More drills. There's Bedank. There's Bedank. Don't ask why I have silver. Why I have silver nuggets. I think that's mostly from the dragon. Do I not have any more casings? I don't think I have any more casings. Okay. Lying misses your fish streams? You do fish streams? Oh. Okay, that there, those to there. No more iron in my inventory. Oh, because it's... Could you cycle back around to Spruce, please? Oh, it's gonna go forever on that, actually. There we go. So this to there. And move that to get there. And move this. It's fine, we'll be taking out this whole floor anyways. To get there. Okay. just said I was gonna move that, didn't I? Well... yeah, that's fine. As long as it collects the block it breaks, that's fine. Ah, yeah, the story for, like, the Canada part is from, like, 2009. Don't worry about that one. That one's a lot less interesting than I was almost captured by the Fae one year in France. But okay. What you got? A few things. Nothing too dreadfully worrying about. Okay. Gotta shift the drills forward a block. Got that thalassophobia, so deep water is spook. That is perfectly understandable. We don't need to be at a different angle than that. There. And just dump a few things in here. Just so they're not completely clogging my inventory, because my inventory is a little bit busy at the moment. Okay. That will now expand the tunnel that it's dug, so that we'll actually have a little bit more walking space. Yay! This would be much easier if I had a mechanical piston for an arm instead of this cobblestone, but I don't have a mechanical piston. I'm not even sure what it would take to make one. Wouldn't necessarily need to be sticky. Yeah, it wouldn't need to be sticky to hold it all, actually, come to think of it. Makeable. Actually relatively cheap. The hard part would just be, like, controlling it, I guess. Now it is definitely behind all of our stuff, so we shouldn't have to worry about it. Mining away anything we actually care about, although evidently it destroyed one of my iron storage crates, because one of those is definitely gone. Yeah, Jesse, if you want to just, like, DM me whatever the thing is that you're thinking of, then do let me know. But okay. So that is the story of how I nearly got taken by the Fae. Do I have any other stories that people might enjoy? Just as long as I'm watching this thing mine its way around. Real simple way, honestly. Real simple, very cheap. Nothing beyond, like, iron level of tools. And you get yourself a miner. Just happily digging away for you. It's lovely. And it only moves to the next angle once it's actually gotten through all of the blocks it needs to mine. The whole thing pauses. Okay, looks like it's done with that rotation. The thingy, you mentioned that you wanted to send me a thing. Oh, and there's my phone telling me to stop doing what I'm doing. Who was it? Was it Dusty that said they wanted to send me a thing to do a thing on stream? I don't know. Okay, what did you pick up? Not a whole ton. Not a whole ton. Those pieces are from the tree. Asking if you could get me footage of our tree for recap editing purposes. Okay, like a fly around. Oh, that we can do. We have a free cam. I'll do that later though, because I want to get this done so I actually have like room to work with in here. Now, do I want to actually go through and make a mechanical piston? That is my next question. I certainly could, and it wouldn't be very difficult. I wouldn't even need to get rid of the whole arm. The main question, I guess, is do I have the slime balls for it? I have 7. Did the Come Block Home recap squad hear about the sword heist? Oh, right, yes, where you stole Nifty's caliber. Right out from under him. Okay, sure, let's make a mechanical piston. Why not? So, biggest thing we need to make is just the shaft, as it always is. Is that not how the shaft's made? Oh, andesite alloy. Okay. Which means you need more andesite alloy. You always need more of this stuff, it seems. Fortunately, andesite is pretty cheap. Pair of cogwheels. I do like that Minecraft's crafting system tends to have 2 approaches to recipes. It's either draw the thing, or it's perform the action, essentially. So it's either you're going through the hoops of something to, like, sort of symbolically represent how a thing is done, or you're going through the steps to assemble a thing in the crafting window. It's very much a case of, like, how much space you got, how complex the thing is. Okay, now if I put this there, I'm not 100% if this will work. At the very least, I think this will work. My main question is, I'm not 100% certain if it'll rotate. Oh, it do be rotating, though. Okay, that makes this a lot easier. And again, the most valuable thing I've had here is slime. Ah. Would being replaced by someone looking like me at an active park be Fae or Changeling? Being replaced is very Changeling. Changelings are like, or at least the myth of the story of the myth or story of the Changeling child is very heavily tied in with people not particularly liking neurodivergent children. I would say that if you were replaced, then it's Changeling. If you're just stolen, it's Fae. Okay, so every time this finishes a loop, I just add another piston piece and off we go, essentially. Hooray! And the best part of this, to my mind, is the fact that it can already go through things that are already there that's just, like, in the way but not in front of the drills. So I don't need to worry about it mining through all of this stuff, because it's too far away. Is it surprising practical? Yeah, it's really freaking cheap! And it's, like, so incredibly light. It's one encased fan controlling this whole thing. The most expensive part of this was slime. Light mode looks fine to you? That's fine. Use whatever you like, but for a lot of people it's rough on the eyes. Izzle. That's why there's, like, frequent hate. Especially artists. Artists hate light mode. Not to call anybody out who's complaining about it as an artist or anything. Now, this is the low-grade kind of mining, for Create at least, because you can actually put stuff like this onto a minecart, and as long as the minecart's working, you know, like moving, it will do the same exact thing as it is right here, where essentially the drills just get free power. And consequently, you can make full-blown actual drills that are self-propelling and basically will go on forever, because you can also make them, like, place their own rail track and then pick it up behind them, that kind of thing. Okay, I think one more should suffice here. Need an empty hand. There we go. Incredibly simple, incredibly cheap, but we got it going, and now we actually have some, like, room to roam back here, which is nice, because this is really cramped. And it's just working its way. Hey. Okay, so next I need scoria. Where's scoria? There's scoria. Polished scoria slabs are what we have down here, and I want that to actually be the full flooring so that we have a nice, like, a nice base to work with. And below, like, I want to more or less do the same thing on the different levels, so that we can actually make essentially just like chambers on the different floors with like the shaft coming through the middle. Don't know that I have time for that today, but I'm gonna try and get as much done today as I can. Blend a little bit here, so it's not 100% when it was there. Yeah, just like, ooh, hello. Is this where I've been hearing stuff coming out of? I keep hearing mobs are over here, and I wonder if this is why. I can only presume it must be. Yeah, I don't know that I have any more stories about me and the Fae, but I imagine stories about you and the Fae are a little bit like stories about you and the Silence from Doctor Who, in that you don't really remember them until you think really hard about it. Tells the other story? Nope. Not on this stream. Not that anything happened, but just like, nah. That's a very simple one, really. You missed stories? You missed a story. Dark gems. Crushed dark gem as well. Okay. Neat. Not interested, but neat. Oh, I put it in. That's where I was in that. Okay. I'd actually put it away. Right over here. You need a lot of dark gems, so you'll buy them. Do you want to do... Is that necessarily the wisest decision you've ever made, Kieran? Like, we already know what happened with your last deal with the Fae. How to paint nails without 50% of it getting on your skin. Only ever do your non-dominant hand, in my experience. In my experience, that is the only way. Okay, this is apparently a cave I've been in. Just get rid of my blocks into there, please. Elementopedia. Chapters unlocked. Interesting. Granite quartz. Is that anything like nether quartz? I'm guessing it is, because it probably went into my bag. I'm not wearing my... Of course. And now also a little bit is stuck down here. Oh, baby creeper. That's what that is. It's like, hang on, that doesn't look like what I think it is. Yeah, I need to do some slightly rewiring here. So that I can actually have the lift come down to whatever floor I need. But that gets significantly more complex. You've learned that Kieran Dave can be scary? Eh. Wait until you see the charnel pit. Oh, right, yes, that. Who hasn't made a charnel pit, though? Really? Okay, I think I can stop this now. I think it's gone far enough. This feels like a large enough space to me. Okay, grab that. Lose this. Put that there, and this here, and this, I guess, could go there. That's a nice look. Okay. So now we are basically just ripping out this flooring and adding scoria slabs. Although I'm fairly certain this pickaxe is about to die. Fun fact, cobblestone is very slightly more durable than smooth stone. You wouldn't think it'd be like that, but it be. Okay, on the grounds that this is fulfilled its purpose, I think I can dismantle it. How much we got here? 1. It's literally already broken. Though evidently works just fine. If I get rid of this, as well as the other blocks, we should just be able to bring the... Excavate does not do diagonals, and it does seem to have a limit of how many blocks it does, but it does do a lot. Now, the next problem is that because the drill broke the pulley, we don't actually have a means to call it, but we can let it do this. Because of the way that we've wired it, it keeps going until it actually contacts the lift. Like so. There we go. Okay. All fixed. You'd hardly know it was there at all. But we do need to get rid of this layer. I think... trying to think, what's the next thing here? I probably could do with some books. Or some such. There's one enchantment around here that I haven't been able to figure out how to use. Let me see, where is it? Aura of the Deep. I couldn't find an item that this goes on. So if anyone happens to know, let me know. In short. Okay, I also need to figure out how to make these copper slabs. They only go on chest pieces? Oh. Chest pieces. Right, gotcha. I love how far I can reach. That's because of the block reach on Kumal. But oof, look at that. I'm able to, I could mine out the coal ore that's over there. That's so far the tooltip isn't even showing for me. I also spent an age getting a whole ton of components and like materials before this stream, so that I wouldn't necessarily have to go mining, which is not a bad thing. It's just not, generally speaking, the kind of thing you leave to streams, or at least not these kinds of streams. I think that's good. Okay. Two log, please. That'll do. Just gonna make ourselves a diamond pick, ye oldie-fashioned vanilla way. A diamond pick that will not destroy the entire mountain while we're working on it. There. Don't have books to actually enchant anything, so just gonna dig this out as we can. An enchanted chest piece would be kind of funny. That could be interesting. A mod based around like chess pieces that like provide effects and bonuses and stuff. That could be interesting. Like maybe the rook can teleport you, but only in a straight line. The knight increases the speed of mounts. The queen gives flight. I don't need another project, please God. Busy enough as is. Speaking of, actually, we have a new version of Eris Oddities out. It's not on the server currently, I think we're a couple versions behind. But it introduces a new creature type, which I know everybody loves, the creature types. And it also has a very substantial bug. Because it introduces the incorporeal type, and the incorporeal types can pass through basically any block that has exposure to the air, or any block that doesn't have a collision box, essentially. Including, currently, in the currently released version, including bedrock, barriers, command blocks, the end portal frame, and whatnot. So basically there is nothing that serves as a barrier to incorporeal types currently. That will be changing a teensy bit in the future, but for right now that's the case. However, a slight side effect of that is that they also can't use portals at all. The reason that they can go for all of that is because they do a check and they just ignore certain events from blocks and such when they're on them. So for instance, when they're retrieving the collision box, they just check if they can go through a thing, and if they can't, then they just return an empty collision box. Same thing happens for pressure plates. They don't trigger pressure plates, they can't trample crops, that kind of thing. They don't trigger tripwires. The same function that makes a pressure plate trigger when you're standing on it is the function that causes a nether portal and an end portal to transport you. So consequently, currently, they don't. Currently, that was the wrong pick. Oh dear. And now you see why I tried not to use this one. Because it just took this giant hole. This giant spirally hole. It's an interesting algorithm to see how it goes through that. But, wrong pick. That pick. So, yeah, I had to do some... I did some funking last night and trying to figure it out, how to have my cake and eat it too, essentially. I think I got a solution down, but I guess we'll find out in the testing. It's not a 100% perfect solution, but you can't always get what you want. Could incorporeals do something like spend hunger or health to manifest for a short time? That would be an activated ability, and I'm not currently implementing activated abilities. Just trimming my tree here a little bit. That's looking nice. Okay, is there any more wood from the tree in here? I feel like there should be. And it might have just destroyed blocks that was popped. But yeah, the standard thing is that incorporeals are things that don't do that, and like they would have as an activated ability be like semi-solid. Okay, we need to polish a bit more scoria. That is basically very simple. Just bloop, like so. Scoria is kind of hard to come by. I found one vein of it, but it is a very nice block. There is a create block for placing blocks that I could theoretically make and use for this purpose, but for this exact moment, it's kind of overkill. Found a lot of it around Y11 lava lakes. I will note that. Okay. I'm very glad that I managed to figure that out and get that going. And that it has done, in fact, exactly what I wanted it to. Now, obviously, if you have a miner like that, you're really going for quantity over quality of harvesting. You're not going to be getting fortune on any of your blocks that you mine up. You're not going to be getting silk touch. But you also don't necessarily need to be even online, so whichever is better for you, I guess. I'm gonna muck this up a little bit, so it's not quite as perfect as it currently is. When buying nail polish, you didn't get any nail polish remover, so they're just black everywhere. I've never had to use nail polish remover. Soap and water should make it... Oh yeah, that too. Why, Dusty, that's a sentence that sounds terrible no matter what emphasis you put on it. Oh, it's not just on my skin. Oh, it's not just on my skin. Oh, it's not just on my skin. I'm in a hole. In a hole, what crimes will they commit? Tax evasion. Saying that, I actually did get a message from HMRC earlier this week saying, file your self-assessment tax return. Which I'm pretty sure I did 2 months ago and have documentation to prove, so I'm not 100% what's going on there. But it wouldn't be the first time that their system's hacked up, so I have to look into that. close to enough to finish this off. Yep, I think that's good. Let's use the old F7, see how things look. And then do what we can to make things a little less monster heavy. Stone. It was one from Rocky Stone. There you are. Just to make these layers a little bit more uneven. Okay, I think this is about the only place where we haven't finished actually putting stuff. Let's see, when the door's open, it's facing that direction. Case in point. Am I keeping the walls stone, or am I going to use another block? I'm currently planning for stone, but we might lower, especially lower down. We'll probably be using a lot more brass and copper and such, and wood. But for this level, it's fine. I like this. I like it. It's good. What's a good block to use for light down here? We have lanterns upstairs. Let's have a look at those. That's fairly simple. Those are the very simple ones. There's a different lantern we'd be using. Yeah, the fancy lantern. That requires glowstone. Like a glowstone block. Oh, I don't know that I have any of that. Or at least I don't have much of it. Dang it. Curse my reach. Yeah, I don't think I have much of that at all. I'm sure I've seen some of it around. And maybe not. Because one I had some. Because one I had like a couple of pieces of glowstone dust, but not seeing it. There we are. 3 pieces. Damn, 1 shy. I only have 2 witch hats, which would also make it as well, but dang. Okay then. Let's tidy. Let's just light up the old-fashioned way, I guess, for right now. My reach doesn't extend my grasp, it extends my intention of placing anything. Note to self: when I get access to when I actually get access to Glimmerwood, put some over here. Spawn in there? Don't want to find out. Oh, there's one little spot right there. Anywhere else? Anywhere at all? Looks good. Looks good. Okay, right. What is this? This is the Unlikely Reunion mod pack. And you can find that on Curse. Am I a girl or a boy? Yes. Also, booked, you around? Got an inquiry for you. Right, so just pick this up, I think. entirely. Don't need this hanging around anymore. Completely apropos of nothing, I've noticed an interesting pattern when it comes to Twitch trolls, which is they always seem to turn up in pairs or threes. I'd be curious to know why that is exactly. Like they can't be douchebags alone or something? What? Weird. Okay, yep, I don't think there's anything special there, although there's some extra blocks that we can put in storage. Yee. And now I've got 9 mechanical drills I can use for other things. They're insecure, so they need someone else to back them up. Yeah. What can I say? I look damn good. Very happy being out of my days of being insecure about my appearance. More or less, at least. Okay, so how does this look, everybody? Mind you, there's all the stuff in the way, but how's this look? We getting better around here, or what? How tall did I make the levels? I can't remember. It's like 4 tall, including the flooring there. Favorite part this time is the second one of them asking the same question as the first one, but in French. Oh, maybe they heard the story. maybe that's what summoned them. I talked about French Fray and they turned up. Tell me, what do you know of, like, Street Fighter 3? Okay. I'm not 100% certain yet how I'm going to put storage into this place. Like, the obvious idea is to use storage drawers, because we have them. And there's a whole ton of, like, storage options here. I don't really want to go the tech route with refined storage, because it doesn't really work with my aesthetic here. Wow, this is spruce, like, using the storage drawers does feel more in keeping with the aesthetic here. I could maybe hide a drawer controller if I wanted to particularly, like, make it useful. Simple storage networks. Okay. It literally has things called cables. I don't know if I would say it. Yes, it's clearly not technological because it has a network cable. The children wanted to steal my gender. They were asking so they could steal it from you. Yeah. I mean, not an impossibility. Okay, you can go there for now. Let's get these out the floor. Let's block my smelting over here, I think, for the time being. Why is there a helper in my crafting bench? That's weird. There. Britannia's corporeal system, which is weird, but we've created to be way easier. In what fashion? Corporea does sound good. I think for at least this floor, I'm gonna go with mostly storage drawers, because I like storage drawers. I think they work nicely, and we can really put on, like, a little bit of a Ghibli kind of, like, aesthetic with it. Like, Spirited Away, which seems very on brand. Okay, one thing I should note, I can reach way over there, but I can't actually use chests from that far away. The reason being that chests themselves actually have a, they have a ticker inside of their tile entity that says if the person person accessing my inventory is a certain distance away, then they'll just, like, kick you out. So even though I'm actually able to access the chest, I can't actually do anything with it, which is unfortunate, but oh well. Let's see, where's my millstone? There's not actually a reason to use the millstone with ores, because what it creates is more or less just like the powders, 1-to-1. There's not a whole ton of stuff that you can get through a millstone and it will increase, at least not in the terms of ores. For that, we're going to need a crusher. And that is significantly more expensive, suffice it to say. You can see here it's using an example of wheat to make bread and such. Why is my block reach so far? Because of the block reach enchantment over here. It only affects blocks. I can interact with blocks, I can place blocks, mine blocks, but I cannot attack that far. But yeah, I guess we could say Fey Magic, that works too. Why not? Works pretty well. So yeah, I think I'll have that there, and I might put like a barrel or a drawer or something on top of it. But I have some drawers, come to think of it. I have some spare drawers. Let's find out real quick if drawers can be like. Yeah, that is decreasing, so I can use the drawers. Store up to 4 ores at once. Huh, that's interesting. Let's see. So yeah, iron just 1-to-1. Copper is 1-to-1. There's no point sticking these through. But if I get wheat growing, let's start. You have reach 2 and it lets you open blocks, but it's not that absurd distance. Oh yeah, like it's pretty ridiculous. Let's see, how far can I go back here? About here. So let's see, targeted block is, let's see which direction am I, -X, so 3391, I'm at 3407, that is about a 16 block range, give or take. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Okay, let's stick that over here as well. I don't think there's any. Let's plonk you there for the time being. Just moving things back so that we have a little bit more open space here. I'd like to just make like cardboard boxes, but we lack the technology. Let's plonk you there. I always seem to end up making large cylindrical kind of like bases. I don't know why. They just feel efficient. Okay, moving these is gonna get a bit more of a pain. Stop. I suppose this is going to need some means by which to export items, because otherwise it's just gonna get backlogged if we just chuck a ton in there. I should have a chest on me somewhere. I have so many chests because I've just mined them. I just end up with a whole ton because I don't want to come back to an empty chest and think, oh hey, loot. So long since you heard of Gumby? I think that must be an American thing. Because I certainly do not recall a Gumby. I recall Gumby being... meaning something else, suffice it to say. Do I have a spare hopper? I do not, but I do have some zinc I can shoot in here. Hoppers are not inexpensive, though, at this point. I guess enchants can go over here. That's where they were initially, anyways. Did I point those? I put those over here, didn't I? Let's see, Disenchanter enchanting table is not called upon right now. Coal generator. There. And stick it. Did you keep your power? You did not. Nightmare, little clay dude, green guy, Nightmare Fuel, which was early era Saturday morning cartoon animation. Little guy just vibing with his narrow horse pokey. Okay, that's a whole ton of sentence right there. I should really make more use of this hopper. There. Okay. So that is auras on the left and food on the right. And millstone, we're going to need to figure out how we want to place around the create stuff here, because we definitely should have more create stuff on this level. Like, there's no reason not to, and we kind of are going to need it, especially when I get to having automated crafting around here. Where are we looking for that? Mechanical raptor. There you are. That requires electron tubes. And brass casings, which requires brass, which requires a mixer, which, yeah. Polished rose quartz, requires never quartz. We're gonna have to go to the Nether at some point in the fairly near future, I think. Oh good, you do keep your contents. I was mildly worried about that for a moment. Where's me hammer gone? The hammer? There we go. There's me hammer. And plunk that. There, okay. With my umbrella it should be easy. You've been meaning to ask, if I use the umbrella over a campfire, do I fly upwards? I don't think so. I confess I don't think I've tried, but that hasn't been an experience I've had as yet. That for the moment. Just trying to free up this central area a bit. Yeah, it's looking better already. Just a slight hover bed, it should be fine. Is that? No, it's not. Okay, good. Just checking if that was a spawn point. Yeah, now it's mostly just a matter of moving chests around. I have no idea if all of these are smelted or not. Apparently. So much stuff in here. Trying to think, is there a campfire nearby? An actual vanilla campfire? I can't think of one. Let's have a look. There's definitely been some underground campsites. Yeah, there's one. And a boss skeleton next to it. How? Let's see, dampening. I don't know what that means. But it does not mean extra health. Evidently. Okay, so let's... I don't have poison on me. And all of this is... Alright, here goes. No, I do not in fact fly up. But now we know. Oh, change book. What we got here? Long Strider Aura. Let's see. Press left shift for enchantment description. Enchantment.mana-and-artifice.aura-running.desk. Interesting, interesting. You learn how the plague bosses work. Its layers, they have tons of invisible silverfish following them in formation. Oh. In this server, what is everyone's species? Well, I'm an archfey. Dave is some kind of alien. Strife is a strife, and Tev, I think, is human-ish. Makes you faster. Okay. I'll probably try that on then. I have 35 levels, I might as well use them. Outsider Undead for the next pack update? Yes. Oh, well that's two super types, so... Just saying, expect shenanigans there. Which one did I put those in? This one. Okay, so... Chest plate. Enchantment's over here. Doesn't seem to do anything. So it's just like the Aura of the Deep, I guess. That's the same issue. As in various oddities? Yes. Hey, that's really weird. Hey, I'm doing the thing you told me. The thing you told me is weird, not me. Okay, so mainly the thing that we can use our rotational value to get actual benefit out of right now is the mechanical press. We could make a mixer though. That's a good start. I'll get as close to brass. And that requires us making a whisk, which requires iron plates. So, we'll set up our fans. Get our plates going. Trying to think where's a good place to build this right now. That won't just cause more clutter. Yeah, probably over here. Do I have any, like, dirt? Just need a quick building material. Okay, a couple of gears there. And lever. Where's my lever gone? I know I had a lever, I'm not sure exactly where it's gone to. Ah well, if it somehow fell down the pit, then it's fine, because I can just replace it with HUI. Get those out of there. There. Okay, you do need to power the encased fans, or else they do not generate rotation. They also don't generate much, but sometimes it's all you need. It's just me and Nipty with super and sub, or have others been added? Have the others added changes? Let's see. Nipty is type dragon, subtype fire. Whereas I am literally what various oddities gives me by default. I am a holy type Fey, because I'm an archfey. Can I wonder if I put... Can I even, like, will it even let me put big cogs there? Let's find out, because if it does... Okay, good. If I belong that there, then, That is gonna be significantly higher torque. Okay, and then I can plunk this there, and if I get a gearbox there, yep, there we are. And rotate this the correct way. There. Now it works. Next question, is it working in the correct orientation? Who's to know? Let's see. Dank. That's a bit lower than it needs. Okay. Depot there should suffice. Wonder if Create understands that configuration? Who knows? I have some goggles that would help to that effect for us to know what's going on. Okay. So now if we... Let's see, we needed 5 to make the whisk, I think? Yeah, 5 iron plates. It's very, very slow. It'd be a lot faster if I was doing it by hand, but the benefit of Create is that it actually does everything all in one go. So if you have a stack of things, Create will smelt them into a stack in one, like, iteration, even if that single iteration is relatively slow on an item per item basis. So, yeah. Okay, it ain't much, but it works. Okay, that and 2 andesite alloy gets us a whisk. Do I have any andesite alloy on me, is the next question. Yes, I do. Okay, and then we need 2 small gears, andesite alloy, and casing. Which we have at least one, but we don't have the other. Okay. I need to store my stuff in here, because I'm getting very full again. Right. So, where did I put my casings? Did I run out of casings? I could have sworn I wasn't out of casings. But apparently I'm out of casings. Again. I'm also out of logs, is the next problem. Oh, there we go. Okay. Some logs. Just grab all of that, because I think I'm going to need it. So, there. Wait a second, do that. That's where auto-crafting comes in handy big time. Okay, recipe of the small gears is andesite alloy and buttons. That requires more wood. Let's see if there'll be more. Beginning to wonder if I should just make, like, a backlog of buttons. That, unfortunately, is just 7. I need, like, 1 plank. I should have a plank somewhere. Surely. Not seeing it. Ugh. Okay. I also really need to clear out my inventory. Ugh. I'm carrying like 4 different things that increase my inventory size, and none of them are helping me at this exact moment. Okay, get rid of that, get rid of that. That too. Okay. Breathing room. Stick this in the chest, because apparently those just don't work for me for whatever reason. There are other recipes for buttons? I don't think so. Okay. Just gonna have to crack a whole log then.
It will be your friend, no more than the table you built it on will be.
No talking, please. Okay, we should have all the materials. Yay! Mechanical mixer. This is going to require a basin. And I'm pretty sure it's also a little bit weird in where it wants to be placed. There we go. Okay. Not rotating with enough speed, because we need to make this go faster, essentially. And I'm fairly certain that the stress on this is getting a bit high as well. Where's my... Look. So, in order to fix that, we're going to want another large gear on top, and then we can have a small gear coming off of that, and that will be rotating slightly faster because of the shift. Which is why that is rotating markedly faster than this. Get down here. Okay. So let's see, large cogwheel. I think it's made from a regular cogwheel, I'm not sure. No. It's made from more andesite alloy. And more locks. And buttons. I need a tree farm at this rate, don't I? I like that Create, for all its power, is very honestly cheap. It's extremely low cost. Accidentally copied your JEI settings of this release? I don't know. Did you? See the saved recipes? Oh, over here? Huh. I was wondering what that was. Why do you not want to go there? What is up? There you go. Okay, and small there. And that is now moving at a higher velocity than the previous was. Hopefully, a high enough velocity. Couple, please. Thank you. Where's me mixer gone now? Did I literally put my mixer away whilst I was doing all that? Ah, here it is. Nope. Wrong key. There we go. Still not fast enough. Okay. This is going to get very spaghetti. For a hot second. It does not want to go there because it'll be interacting with that one. But there's not really any space I can put this where that won't be the case. Try moving up this way. But that looks distinctly a lot slower. Why not do the small gear first? I don't know what you're meaning exactly. Hover over them and press A. Oh, there we go. Okay. Definitely need to use that. Big to small, speed gets tall. That is not a rhyme I've ever heard, but okay. Okay, that looks like a fairly decent amount of speed. Let's see if that's enough for the mixer. Overstressed. Aren't we all these days? Okay, let's move this around a bit. Yep, thought as much. Okay, so I'm pulling this back. It's too much for all of that. Okay, trying to think if there is a better way for me to organize this currently. Does this have to be pointing down? There's a fort. Does the fan just have to be pointed at the magma block? Let's find out. Does need to be up. Okay. Drat. I was hoping that that would not be the case, but evidently it is. Water wheels have 4 times the torque? Yes, they do. Also a lot noisier and a lot less compact. Okay, so large to small. Guess I could try working this around a little bit. But now it's now we have enough speed, we just don't have enough torque. But we can fix that by just adding more of these. So big to small. Gets us that. Where's my lever? Where's my lever? Water wheels could save the day, they're quite cheap. You're not wrong. So we have enough torque to run the press, but we don't have enough torque to run the press and the mixer. So what we can do is move that over to this middle part, and we have a bit more space, and have some gearlocks. Let's get all of my... Oh boy, I have so much stuff in my inventory. Okay, where do I need... Who do I need where? There. Dang it, come on. Behave. You were working just fine a hot second ago. There. Okay. And then we do that. It's going to rotate it a little bit. Slightly different color. Color? Direction. That one. Okay. Let's see. Gear shift. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Nope. Gearbox. Nope, not those, definitely. Sequenced. Oh, what is the one I'm thinking of? It's the one that lets it happen or not. Clutch. That's the word. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. And I have a lot of redstone. Thanks to my lucky scarf. that. Those. And that gets me 1 clutch. Which I can just stick right there and add the depot underneath. And that gets the press working again. There you are. Okay. Can't believe I got the scarf. Well, here we are. What you gonna do about it? Fortune 1 on anything I mine. It's lovely. The only color coordinated charm in the quest rewards. The rarest. Wow. Well, I ain't gonna complain. Okay, I'm going to need more shaft. And I'm gonna need more andesites. Alloy for that. Oh, my inventory. Okay. 2 like that. And a couple more redstone. That gets us another clutch. Telling you it's fey magic. I mean, yeah. Okay. Now I just need to speed this side up. And ideally also have a means of making sure that only one side of this is turned on. But for right now, that's my minimal. That's a minimal issue. Like I can make that fairly straightforward, honestly. To just have a lever that swaps which side's getting the torque. I can get rid of you. Anything else around me? Yeah. It's a little bit of a sprint now to get across. Oh, that's not... That is cobblestone? I guess that must be full. Well, fortunately I have more. 1 second, Dank. Soapstone. Any other kind of stone in my inventory, just cobble. Okay. I know I can upgrade these, probably will at a later point, but not this exact moment. Yeah, we can probably get it over the torque that it needs by just adding another fan. I just don't quite have the room for such right now. He said right after actually clearing a whole ton of room, but still. Okay. So we need to use our gears to try and get this speed back up again. So big to small. Will you comply with that? Yes, you will. Thank you. So there. Just need to remember to leave that ideally open for the time being. I guess I can put funds underneath it. That'll probably work out okay. Where's my mixer? There's my mixer. Mixer needs to come in from a side. So I need to rotate this. This is much easier later on when you actually have a block called the rotation speed controller. Which is... where are you? There. This is a fairly late game thing. I know there's people on my server that completely abuse this thing, but it requires an integrated circuit. And that requires mechanical crafting. It also requires a lapis sheet and a polished rose quartz. Not cheap. It's about the most expensive part of this entire mod to an extent. Oh, and tabs online. Hello. Okay, just Send that up there. And let's see, I could use just a gearbox, that would do the trick. And I think I have the materials for that. I think that's, yep, just that. So we get that, we turn that into a vertical gearbox. Add a little bit of shaft to a cogwheel to our mixer. And then it complains because the whole thing's overstressed. So we'll just stick a pair of levers onto our clutches. So now I can set that, and off it goes. Okay. And if I want to use the other one, I can just flip them like that. Okay. It's not the most elegant of contraptions, but it works. So now I need a basin. Which is just andesite ally. Wait, why am I running back and forth to craft? I literally have a crafting stick. There. Okay. So the basin, where are you? There. Is used for automated brewing. It can also do packing if it has the press above it. It's not really what I'm mostly interested in at this exact moment, I think. Yeah, it can do a lot. Apparently there's a woman ore. I'm not the only one seeing that, right? That doesn't. Okay. It can make crafting tables out of planks. That's cute. A lot of interesting stuff, but not anything that I'm actually interested in at this exact moment. Crafting, on the other hand, ooh, I can make balloons. Isn't that nice? Woman ore, yeah, that looks like that looks like the symbol for Venus. There. Does that not look like the symbol of Venus right there? Okay, mixing is what we are most interested in because that gets us access to brass. And brass gets us a whole ton more stuff. But in order to do that, we also need to heat it. And you can't just heat it with a furnace or a fire or lava or anything underneath it. You need something a little bit more special than that. So let's see. There we go. With a pair of iron plates and some iron bars, we get an empty blaze burner. Empty because we have to go and right-click on a blaze, which I think might be a problem Nipty had a while back. And I don't think we're getting to that today, because I want to go about the portal. I want to go about our local Nether portal in a specific way. But we can definitely get the actual cage made up. So turn this one off, turn that one on. This one moves much more slowly than that one, but it's fine. Nope, back you go. Good luck finding one. Yeah. Let's see. There. Empty blaze burner. Oh. So we're nearly at brass. Brass is gonna be fun. But ideally, in between then and now, I'd like to find a reliable source of slime. Bit peckish as well. Leave the apples. There. But hooray! We have, a system that can handle both of these things. Not at once, but it can handle them. So that's good. Trying to think what's the easiest way to control these. Probably just... Oh yeah, I think I can make this very simply. Where's my granite? Polished granite, my go-to block when I'm looking to do something redstone-y. So that there, this there, and don't need anything over here. So just get that, plonk it there, get that, and I'm going to need 2 pieces of redstone. Where's my tank? Here's my tank. One just goes there by rote, and the other gets turned into a torch. There. So flip it. Perfect. Not the best of solutions, little lackluster, but it works. Very simple. And now I don't have to worry about what combination the levers are in. Okay. So let's go have a look at the Pixie Village that is nearby. The door is currently closed, so they may have to cheese this, like... Okay. That's apparently a thing. I don't even have my axe on me somehow. Why don't I even have my axe on me? Did I swap it? When I picked up the... I might have picked up the wrench and swapped it, I'm 100%. You? Where is me? Oh, there's my axe. Okay. Look, I've been staring at a full inventory all night. Forgive me if I overlook things. Now the problem here is that if I try and teleport through here, I'm just going to, like, strip my door. So I can take off my plate and... Okay. If I take off my plate, then my block reach goes down and I can get there without right-clicking on the log. Okay. So let's have a look. Venture down to the village. Mind the lamprey. Oh wait, I don't have to mind the lamprey because I can just walk on water. Okay. So here is the local pixie village. Pleasant fair folk, you know. And over here we have a portal that has fallen over. Like, literally fallen over. So what we're gonna do is we are going to repair it, and then we are going to rotate it back into place using create and using our bearing again. Personally, my eternal winter, it's fine. I'm sure they're fine. Just pick that up if it's empty, just so I don't mine it again. But yeah, with that, we're gonna actually have a functioning nether portal. I don't think nether portals function. I don't think they stay together if you, like, rotate them. I think they break instantly, which is fine by me, for the most part. But that'll be a fun little project for next time. I will need... There was fire involved there. There are silverfish. Are these the plaguemans that I've been told about? Because I don't know why else there'd be silverfish over here. Strange things are happening, apparently. What in the hell? Okay... There is something under here, under the ice, that is causing that, and that's... Is it you? mean, I guess in theory, if I just stand here long enough, it'll get, it'll just suffocate. Kind of curious, honestly. It's kind of tricky for me to... Oh yeah, Vengeance Spirit. Well, there's irony for you. The Vengeance Spirit is more dangerous than the lamprey that it was. A legendary lamprey. Wow, I found the server's boss mob. I'm also running quickly out of air. Okay. So that's what's causing all this. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Bag required. Hang on. Just all of that. What we got? There was another book. There you are. Anything else? Yes. Okay, what have we got? We've got Reflective Defenses 5. Blocked attacks may harm the attacker. With our shield, that could be amazing. Fortune 1 and Furrowing 1. I mean, that's pretty nice. Like, with my umbrella. Can I put this on my umbrella? I don't know if this counts, but I really want to try it. That's for sure. Why do I get this? It's the scarf, Dave. The scarf makes me very lucky. Also, yeah, we can see that my hunger bar is now, like, maxed out. So I think it is life leech on my sword that's actually giving me food. Which means that I actually burn more calories engineering than I do wholesale parading through the caverns looking for a fight. Which is amazing. Okay, once again, just be far enough away that I don't select the wood. Ideally in the right angle. There we go. Nope. Come on. Dang it! Okay, I don't think I'm going in here for right now. My brain is hungry. Yeah. I genuinely get very hungry, honestly, around lunchtime when I'm doing a bunch of coding, so yeah, it makes sense. Right, well, I'm just going to stand out here and pout for a bit until my front door opens. I suppose I could just break through and just repair it. I have the glue. I could do that, but I'd prefer not to break my own front door. So, instead, just do that. Okay, serious question though. Can we put Reflective Defense 5 on the umbrella? Please, please let this work. It works! We can actually do that. Oh. This is why I need a hidden back entrance somewhere. We can, we will be making something a little bit more convenient and practical later on. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, I need someone to pick a fight with me. Oh, it even glows. I kind of would prefer it didn't glow, honestly. If it just looked like a perfectly normal umbrella. But that is gorgeous. Now, I will note, Dave also has an umbrella, but unlike mine, Dave's will protect vampires from the sun. Mine doesn't do that, at least as far as I know. But just like, wow, this umbrella is quickly becoming MVP of this entire thing. Name it? Oh, I need a good Irish mythology name for it if I'm gonna name it. I've been trying to name all of my equipment with Irish mythology names, because Irish mythology pretty much doesn't go beyond this one character, for the most part. And my mother's side of the family is Irish. Like, starting at my mother, in fact. I think I'm It's debatable exactly how Irish I am. I'm at most 50% Irish, at least 25%. But I was born and raised in England. I have never set foot in Ireland. And I want to, like, actually investigate my mother's culture and mythology a bit better. My mother barely existed on England, has barely existed in Ireland either, but still. So also, on that note, apologies intensely if I mispronounce any old Irish names, because Lord knows I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it well anyways. Yeah, I'm not naming anything that, Dave. I'm aware, it's strictly speaking what this should be called. Cuchulainn is actually a character, not an item. But I'm not putting that name on anything on the internet. It's not going to be a good idea. Especially not with a tremendously English, like, speaking audience. That's just not good. So for the moment, this will remain unnamed. But the unbreakable shield now also happens to reflect attacks. Oh, it's lovely. It is such a Fey weapon. Oh, I love it. In fact, Tev, I know you're in the chat. Do you mind picking a fight with me for a hot second? Just so we can see this in action. Just real quick before I end off tonight. Call it Poppins? No. I prefer, like, as I say, I'm trying to focus on, like, Irish mythology. Like, the Fae as a folkloric thing happen in a lot of things, but they also turn up predominantly inside of, the Fae as people know them originate heavily in the Celts. Heavily in Irish. Those are separate groups, but they're heavily tied historically, believe me. Okay, we will hop over to Tev, pick ourselves a quick fight. This feels like spoilers, so I'm gonna go up to the surface. Okay. Okay, Tev, I want you to hit me with whatever the best you've got is. Oh, wow. This would have been so useful inside of that dungeon. Just, yep, just yonked. 100% yoked. Oh, wow, I just have, like, straight up knockback. As long as I block it with the shield. It seems to work. Not 100% by the looks of it. Or else Tev would be very flung right about now. That is all 100% shield. It's not doing Tev any damage, it's not doing me any damage. Which is pretty nice. Ah, that's lovely. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, I need to find out what are some other, like, shield enchantments we can put onto this thing, since we've established now, I guess, that this is a shield. Empowers damage done by shields. Phalanx allows the wielder to move faster while using a shield. Could be useful, although this doesn't really... It does slow us down, I guess. Let Dave try. I mean, if you're on in, like, the next, like, 15 minutes, then sure. Doesn't look like there's a whole ton. I don't know if I can, like, search by icon. I guess if I just find a shield, and then see... Let's see, compatible items. There we go. Let's see, life mending, reflective defenses, shield bash, reactive. I don't know what reactive does yet. Flaming rebuke. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? What's bulwark do again? We saw bulwark just a hot second ago, didn't we? Nope, apparently not. Chilling rebuke. I have that on my chest plate. Soulbound, probably worth unusing. I don't know what that does. Indestructible. We have to get that at some point. Not a whole ton otherwise. Okay, so Dave is coming up. We're gonna see how the magic umbrella works on them. Go to Fey jail, bonk. Yeah. Unusing makes it so it doesn't break its zero durability, just stops working. Okay, right. I don't need to care about that then. God, this is the most like. This is an incredibly steampunk kind of like aesthetic here. There's just gears rotating and spinning, and there's a whole bunch of things turning, and it's not entirely clear exactly how anything's connected. And yet it achieves a function. Oh. Theoretically, if I want this to be a bit more perfect, there would actually be a repeater between here and here, just so that the timings on the sides are the same, but it's fine. It's fine. So we're going to wrap up with Dave picking a fight with me, apparently. I probably want to move a bunch of stuff around so that I don't lose it, potentially. Because I have a feeling that Dave has a much more powerful weapon than a diamond sword. Here's Dave. Okay, I had some ores there, didn't I? Vintium. Just tidying up my inventory a smidge. Plonk that back over here. I think, and a bunch of things in here. There is a use to the millstone. We will have it later, but it's not too much use to us right now. Okay. Pride flag in one hand, magic umbrella in the other. Here we go. I'm just gonna find a spot to dump these for a hot second as well. Did I put? I had Inferium. I think that might have been in the storage crate that got hacked. No, there it is. Okay, that is my inventory, neat and tidy. I don't know what Dave's equipment is going to do to me. Despite my armor, I am in fact still quite squishy. Alright, Dave's out in the middle of nowhere with something going on here, but not gonna ask. Whoop. I think I know where they went. At a guess. Yep.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know if anyone can hear you. 1 second. I don't know if you can hear me for that matter. Where's my... There's my sound repeater. Nope, they can hear you. Okay, good. There we go.
Okay. Okay,
So-
so let's start escalating here.
Yeah.
This is your typical diamond sword.
Yep.
Wow. Alright.
I had a tick of damage for a hot second there, but it didn't seem to do anything. What is the damage on that exactly?
This one doesn't have any enchantments, but its damage is 23.9.
Okay, so that should outright kill me, at least, like, more than, in fact, if it were to hit me normally. So, I guess this is a question of how it deals against a shield. Just as a note, Dave is attacking someone with a sword whilst they're holding a trans flag. Just putting that out there.
Okay, well, I mean, you did ask for it. Whoa, so it's proportional. It's proportional.
So the knockback is proportional to the damage?
Yeah, that's definitely proportional. When I was looking down, it sent me flying up. Oh, it did damage to me too.
Oh, it is damaging you. Yeah, I can hear the squeaking.
All right, let's try Nipty's Caliburn. This is much stronger.
Oh god. I have taken in this entire ordeal at most half a heart.
Where did your? Well, it's weird that you took damage at all. Where did it go?
Where did what go?
Oh, I don't see it anymore. I have on my screen. On my screen, you do not have a shield anymore.
Well, I can assure you it is here, and it has no durability like tag on it at all.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably you.
Yeah. Wow. It just flew.
Yeah, I'm occasionally taking like maybe half a heart, but yeah, there we go. But it is like nothing.
Melon
I.
shield.
Oh dear. Ow. Well, I.
The baby skeleton flew back.
Well, lovely.
Oh. Did the baby skeleton get
The
you?
baby skeleton, your attack, I think, took me down to like half a heart because it got around the shield. But then the baby skeleton shot me from behind.
Well, I guess today we learned. Thank you so much for letting me in on your amazing educational programming. It's a real honor and a privilege to be part of these science shows.
Oh, that was utterly hilarious. Right. I should go have dinner and such. So, thank you for stopping by. And sharing in the wonderful absurdity that is a deflecting umbrella.
It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Oh, it's lovely. Right. Hope everybody else has enjoyed. My next stream should be tomorrow at 9 PM BST. We will have some... There is definitely a trader of some kind over there. We will have some Among Us with the World of Madness crew and then the community. And then on Friday, we might have another bonus stream. Keep an eye out on Twitter for that. But then on Saturday, we should definitely have some carousel with the patrons and some random games. And speaking of, if you are a patron, then you will be able to participate in the monthly patron games day that is taking place this Sunday and includes the Ender Dragon fight on the server. Other than that, I'll be back for some more programming on Tuesday, and keep an eye out on youtube.com/ArmorComet for more videos. That's all I got for you. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all later next time.